Welcome to the Elements of Spirit readings for the element of air. Yes, this is for the week of March 20th, the first day of spring, first week of spring, first day of spring, and these are the air readings for the elements of air, which are associated with the signs of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Interesting. Air signs. I get a real sinking feeling in my tummy. And there's this strong sense of like you guys feeling like you've let yourself down somehow. Going back to the ether reading, the theory would be you feel like you've let yourself down because you've thrown out some aspect of your best self, thinking that it was time to move on, when there's really something to preserve within the midst of it. And it's like, it's funny. It's saying like it's not funny. I mean, it's very serious. Well, to me, it feels very high stakes. It seems like I just feel sad. I feel like there's something that you've been holding in your heart, which has been important to you, which has been valuable to you, which you have sort of let go of, which you've left by the wayside. And I think we're gonna. I mean, that's the recurring theme because that's in the ether. We'll see what happens with all the other readings, but with you guys, based on the trajectory of heart, fourth chakra into solar plexus, third. That's what I'm working with there. Oh, sorry, backwards. Fourth into third. It's saying that like your reasoning is because you're trying to be practical, but it's not even practical. It's like realistic. It's like you're trying to make the right choice, and in so doing, you're abandoning your truth. Wow, I mean, it's the affirmation comes in really strong because this is saying like the ether reading is like lovingly treasure the shit until you see the gold inside of it. This is actually saying it's higher stakes for you guys. I salvage that which is truly important to me. So let me try to spit this out for you. So because it sounds almost like the same message as the ether reading, but it's actually different because one has to do a little bit more with the insides and one has to do a little bit more with the outside. So if the ether reading is about letting some aspect of yourself go prematurely, in which there's something valuable there on the inside, the theory is that because you've done this, because we've all done this, but because you've done this, element air, you've let go of something externally, which is very important to you, which is very valuable to you. And there's a little bit of like recon here. Not a little bit, you guys. There's a lot of recon here. They're saying here there's something that's about to slip out of your hands for good. And the message here is I salvage that which is truly important to me. It's just saying like you got to grab for it. They're encouraging you, the spirits of air are encouraging you to recognize that outside of you which has been abandoned because of that which you've abandoned within yourself, or that which seems to be slipping away. I think that's going to ultimately be the distinction between each of your sun signs, between Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. It feels like with Libra, it feels like you don't know where it went. You didn't even realize it was gone. It feels like with Aquarius, it feels like it's just out of reach, but you have to articulate that which matters to you so that you can focus on it for long enough to then go and grab it. And with Gemini, Gemini, it just feels like you don't even know which way to turn. So it's very important for you to get the fuck out of your own head. Excuse me, but Gemini's got to get out of their own fun house of mirrors because like your life is passing you by. It's passing you by, and it's just saying you got to open up and look outside of yourself and make sure that as the that which matters to you floats down the stream. If there's something that you want to salvage, you dive in and get it, and you get it quickly. So I hope that makes sense. That the difference between the two, between the ether and the air, is that the ether is talking more about some aspect of self that you've abandoned, some quality of self which you have decided to move on from, which maybe you want to not move on from so quickly because there's something actually valuable inside of there. And then this message for air element is actually looking outside of yourself a little bit more to say, because of that kind of internal abandonment, there's something that you are abandoning externally, and it's just you want to grab it, you want to salvage it. I salvage that which is truly important to me. I salvage that which is truly important to me. I salvage that which is truly important to me. Don't drag your feet. Get in the game. Go for it. I love you. See you next week. Happy spring.